In the year 1938, Saab was born. And yes, they actually started with planes.
Saab.
Saab's first production vehicle came in 1950 with the Saab 92, a car built to satisfy a niche segment. Then, over the years, they got into some rallying, made a few sports cars, some sedans, and even had a few iconic models. Except their run as this cool Swedish automaker was short-lived, as they claimed bankruptcy back in 2011. But nobody, and I mean nobody, was surprised by this. On top of their models getting dated, GM had a large share in their company, so their products were weighed down with the ass-level quality of materials that was 2000's GM. Saab failed to stand out against their competitors, but I'm here to tell you, time has made Saab much more attractive. The 9.3 was Saab's poke into the small luxury sedan market. Its most direct competitors would have to be the other Swedish car, the Volvo S40, and the Daddy's Girl BMW 3 Series, both of which are noticeably more refined than the 9.3.
This is kind of noisy, just base compared to the Slora.
Yeah, so that was one of the first things that I noticed when we first got this, and I didn't know if it was the struts or whatever, and it was even worse with the struts
Really?
that needed repairs. The struts fixed a lot of it, but these just were never, for a luxury car, weren't particularly quiet.
And on top of the road noise, the cabin isn't up to the segment standards either. The leather was of okay quality, the driver-oriented controls are easy to reach, and where you rest your elbows seem to be nicely padded, but the cabin itself is a bit repulsive. The steering wheel, shifter, center console, they all have a stale look to them. The radio unit and HVAC controls look straight out of an awful sci-fi movie, and the wood trim looks more out of place than DJ Khaled in any music video. Hands down, this is the worst interior in the class. But it makes up for it with arguably one of the best suspensions in its category.
I mean, the steering in this it's whatever, it's not like anything special, but the suspension is really nice. And it's also, you got new struts in here, but the composure is really good. Like, we're going over some bumps and I'm not feeling anything. The body roll is well kept.
Pretty minimal.
This level of poise makes the car feel chuckable through corners. Hell, even rough roads aren't a problem, as the smooth Saab handled them without any drama. But, that being said, this is still no enthusiast car.
I was going to say the transmission, a little bit, when it's just regular, regular mode, it kind of, it's pretty slow at first.
During the
That takes a while.
the manual mode in this car it's not.
It's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like you said, they were working with GM here, so... It's got torque, though. It's got torque.
Yeah.
Once it's spooled up, it's got some torque.
And you let that boost kick in.
I can actually hear it a little bit.
It whistles.
Yeah, it does
really.
whistle, just subtly, but enough to let you know that it's there. And the steering is good.
Yeah.
There's, like, feel there. It's not, like, crazy or anything. But it is pretty... It's, like, on center... On center, it's okay, too.
It's mushy until you hit a certain point.
Yeah.
And then once you hit that point, and then it feels fine.
If this was 2007 and I was spending my 30-something thousand on a sports sedan, I'd care about the response of the transmission or the steering feel tightness or how quick it is, but it's been 11 years since this particular car rolled off the lot, which back then I'd never buy any Saab, but Give it a decade, and it becomes a deal that's hard to argue against.
If you had to tell somebody why you bought it, what would you tell them first?
I mean, I'd tell them that you're getting a lot more car than what you're paying for, even at that $2,000 range, $2,000, $3,000 range. You're getting a hell of a lot more car than most in that range, and it's comfortable.
And it's this comfort and driving ability that's hard to come by when you're under a serious budget. And fact of the matter is, a safe, well-rounded car with 120,000 miles is a gem at this price point. And while reliability is a question mark with the 9.3, most don't find any huge problems. So I'd like to finish off with this. The Saab 9.3 wasn't as luxurious or reliable as the Volvo S40 or Lexus IS, and it wasn't a driver's car like the BMW 3 Series. But what the Saab did do was master wild depreciation. So, despite the mixed verdicts I've heard on reliability, I'm still going to recommend the 9.3 to people who want upscale on a budget. But if it breaks down, I didn't tell you shit.